The true McDonald's horror story. Even though it's not very healthy, it can be convenient at times. Since McDonald's is open 24 hours a day means that you can order something at any time of the day. Sometimes, even in such a fun and friendly place, strange and unexpected things can happen to you that even if you tried, you would not be able to forget. Something as such happened to me as well. A story so unnerving and terrifying that I will not be able to forget it my whole life even if I tried hard. It happened 5 years ago when I was 17. In those days, I was desperate for money and I was looking for a job everywhere because to complete my education, I had to pay off my college bills. Finally, after a few months, I got a job in McDonald's with great difficulty. To make my bosses happy, I had to work whatever shift they asked me to, whether it be night shift or day shift. Sometimes I had to even work more hours than my normal routine. It wasn't much of a great job, but it helped me pass my time and pay the bills. So by this point, I had been working at McDonald's for almost 3 months, but I had only been working the day shifts. One day, my boss called me into her room and told me that because I had been working at McDonald's for months now and had gained experience needed, so I was ready for the night shifts. She also told me that night shifts can be very boring at times and very quiet as well, and she asked me if I had any problems with working night shifts. I told my boss that I had no problems working the night shifts, but in actuality I had no other option. My boss told me that I would start my night shifts from Saturday. They'd be from 6 p.m. till 5 a.m. she told me. So I arrived in the McDonald's at 6 p.m. as per my boss's instructions. My manager told me that my tasks were to fill the ketchup, mayonnaise and barbecue sauce bottles and clean the floors as well as set the tables. He basically gave me a long list of things to do. After telling me all that, the manager went home. McDonald's was fairly a quiet place, but I did not really notice the silence because I was so busy in my work. I needed to do a lot of things that day. As I went on with the work, I did not really notice the time, and suddenly it came to me that it had been 2 a.m. I personally found it very odd that no customer had arrived after 11 p.m. in the evening. It had been 3 hours straight and there had been literally no customer at all. I personally was totally okay with that because I had a lot of other work to do. I just wanted to finish my work quickly since tomorrow I had to report it to my manager. I was arranging the coffee cups on one of the tables when I suddenly felt like someone was watching me. It was quite a strange feeling, but I did not take much notice of it as it was a new shift and I did not know much around. I told myself that since I had no experience working late, the weird feeling might be because I was staying up that late. Suddenly and unconsciously, my eyes glanced at the window, and to my surprise, when I looked out, I saw a strange black shape like someone was standing outside, watching me. For an instant, I thought it was just my imagination. I mean, who would stand outside at this time of the night? It was freezing cold outside. I went on with my work and started cleaning the tables. A bit later, my attention went to the windows once again. Now, it seemed like the black-shaped figure had come closer to me, but I told myself that I was just seeing things and I actually made myself believe that, so that I was not frightened. Nothing of that sort was happening to me, I reassured myself. It was due to the exhaustion that I decided not to look outside anymore and focus on cleaning the tables. That's why I continued working. I was just doing my work when I heard a noise. "I can see you. I can see you," a mysterious voice said out of nowhere. Immediately, I looked outside, and when I did, my fears were confirmed. A demon whose eyes were red like blood was staring at me. There were no emotions in his eyes, just fear. I could not stay there a minute longer. So I immediately hung the close sign on the door, ran outside as fast as I could, got in my car and drove for my life. I drove as fast as I could, but the strange thing was, as soon as I looked into the rear view mirror, I could see a man running after my car with those same eyes. I said all my prayers and kept on driving. Whenever I looked into the back mirror, he was still there. I mean, how can a human being possibly run 70 miles per hour? I phoned my manager and told him that I was leaving because I was sick. The manager let me go home. I somehow managed to get home safe, closed the door and kept on saying the prayers. I felt a sort of relief and safety as I reached home and decided that I would never do night shifts ever again, even if I had to find a new job for that. I did not tell my manager what happened to me that night because I knew he would not believe me even if I did. So Horror Jam fans, I hope you enjoyed this story as well. If you did, please like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel. Also, press the bell icon right next to the subscribe button so that you get notified every time I upload a new story. Tell me in the comment section down below if anything strange as such happened to you. I read all the comments.